What would happen if there was a huge pandemic in Minecraft? 140 million players in one server. Would people hide in underground bunkers, or would the virus spread throughout the mines? Would chaos erupt into massive wars on PvP? Well, I'm going to simulate what a pandemic would look like in Minecraft using examples from the past. With this knowledge, I can create a pandemic in Minecraft. Minecraft is such a big game where we can test pretty much anything we want. There are endless possibilities that we can practically simulate being God, and I'm going to use it to my advantage. So you're probably wondering, what is the virus? Let's just say the virus are the mobs, and it caused a huge pandemic in a Minecraft world with millions of players. Also, I put a ton of effort into these videos, so if you enjoy, consider subscribing and leaving a like. Anyway, enjoy the video. During the pandemic, we have to assume two things. These will be the key to my journey simulating a pandemic in this block game. 1. Everyone is on hardcore mode. When you die, you don't respawn. This is just like the real world, so survival will be tough as people only have one life. 2. The virus can easily kill you. The virus will be the mobs, and in hardcore mode, some of the mobs are really hard to escape. So what happens next? Everyone's hiding from the virus in underground bunkers. This is an all-time low for Minecraft. We have to rebuild cities and houses because the virus roamed the surface and raided villages. Now that we gained some knowledge about the virus, it's time to talk about the history and how it evolved during this pandemic. Just like the recent COVID-19 pandemic, you bet there would be a stampede for resources. Ore will be valuable as you can increase your armor and weapons. Everyone wants to get to the top of the chain and be the most powerful. Power comes into play during this stage as a lot of war and battles take place fighting over ore. As ore is important, so is food. The easiest and highest amount of food stacks you can get is definitely bread. Bread can be made by breaking a hay bale from a village and then crafting wheat in a 3-row pattern in a crafting table. You can also grow seeds for wheat, and compared to the real world, it's way faster as you can use bone meal to make them grow instantly. When on Earth, it takes 7 to 8 months. People will start building wheat farms underground to hide from the mobs, and it would grow just as fast as it would on the surface. Underground cities will be filled with bread, so it would only cost a couple iron for a stack of bread. In a pandemic like this, you bet there would be alliances formed. Groups of people to benefit themselves and their team to gain power. Leadership will be shown as these alliances get bigger and stronger. Veteran players have a coherent advantage because they had experience with the game in the past. They will gain weapons, armor, and enchantments faster than others to dominate when it comes to PvP. The new players on the other hand will be lost, not knowing what to do and being bossed around by better players as their jobs are to collect, farm, and food. There are benefits for skilled players from discovering ores such as copper and emeralds for trading. But then comes a game-changing discovery, Redstone. Redstone builders will be the inventors making new things, earning diamonds for their hard-earned builds along the way. New redstone inventions will be made such as flying machines, TNT cannons, and whatever this is. Similar to the Gilded Age, this Redstone Age is a time where the richest players get involved. Famous redstone builders will go down in history for discovering new things and becoming the richest players on the server. People will slowly forget about the mobs in the pandemic while more people head to the surface to seek shelter. This doesn't mean the pandemic is over, as many players are killed by the virus. Active players in the server will be dropping like flies. However, people start to discover they can use the virus in wars as an advantage. They will be able to spawn more and more mobs, which would make the pandemic worse and increase the mob rate doubled. This is caused by the discovery of egg spawners, which will lead to a corrupt world to the point laws take place. Leaders and government make new rules and laws to prevent egg spawning and making them illegal. A Minecraft prison system will arise for criminals as different inescapable prisons are built. This time during the pandemic is the most corrupt as chaos breaks loose and more players get put in prisons. Society is developing faster and faster as people get used to the virus and learn to overtake it. People start to realize the mobs are only on the surface, so a lot of groups and societies move to the ocean. On their journey, they run into drowns with tridents and steal their weapons to enchant them with riptide. Along the way, they run into ocean monuments and discover mining fatigue and elder guardians. Eventually, people will settle by making underwater tunnels and shelter. For food, they rely on killing salmon and fishing. The civilization will thrive as they don't run into war or the virus. Meanwhile, there are groups who are still surviving on the surface, and sky bases are underground bunkers. So you're probably wondering, which group will survive the longest? Well, the sky bases don't have to worry about the mobs as they are in the sky, but also have a food shortage. As elytras were discovered, skybases ruled them as it made things way easier for them to move around. The underground bunkers, on the other hand, are struggling. They run into multiple mobs and struggle to find out when it's day or night until the clock was discovered. This still didn't help the problem with the mobs, as they had to place torches in every cave to prevent them from spawning. Food was infinite as they grew wheat underground and instantly grew them with bone meal from skeletons. Crops in Minecraft can grow pretty much anywhere if there's dirt and water. Unlike the real world, you have to wait months for a single piece of wheat to grow. At this point in the pandemic, people start to move to the surface to live in abandoned villages. People will be less afraid of the mobs since they have gained more experience fighting them in the past. Everyone comes to agreement there are less mobs during the day and more at night, which is huge for studying the virus. Leaders of mini-groups hire workers for jobs. The main job is definitely mining, as mining ore can become one of the biggest industries in Minecraft. In comparison to the real world, some of the richest men have gained billions of dollars from the steel industry to the railroad industry. This we needed in our everyday lives in the 1800s. But in Minecraft we don't have steel, so one of the most valuable items is ore. This is because we can make armor and weapons, which is a requirement to get started in Minecraft. The ore industry will skyrocket as more and more ores are sold to players. The reason emeralds are the most valuable is because they are used to show wealth, as they can be used for trading and they just look cool in general. In fact, emeralds are so rare that they are 30 times more rare than finding diamonds. Even with the new ores being added in the 1.17 update, emeralds are still rarer than diamonds. Emeralds only spawn in one block veins, which means you cannot find multiple emeralds grouped together unlike other ores. With the new 1.17 update, the new rarest block came in, replacing the ancient debris. This new rare block is the deep slate emerald ore. As emeralds are already rare in the first place, the addition to the 1.17 caves and cliffs update made it so deep slate emerald is the rarest block in the game. This is my cousin. The odds of him finding a deep slate block are actually not that rare, as deep slate caves are everywhere in the new update. But did you know deep slate takes longer to mine than stone? This is sort of irrelevant to the emerald topic, but we'll get to that later. So if deep slate takes longer to mine than stone, why is this important? Well, this shows normal emerald ore is less rare than finding deep slate emeralds, and one of the reasons is simply because deep slate takes longer to mine than stone. Now that we're on the topic, let's take a pop quiz. The question for today is, which ore is easiest to find? A, normal ore, or B, deep slate ore, because the deep slate caves are bigger, therefore you'd be able to find it easier. Why would you ever think deep slate would be harder to find? You're incredibly stupid, Jornum, and I hate you. Thank you, Past Jornum, for that pop quiz. Now can you shut up and can we get back into the video? Anyway, now that we've basically summed up the pandemic in Minecraft, we still need to know one thing. What happened after the pandemic? Minecraft has never been at a worse state. The pandemic wiped out half of Minecraft's population, multiple mobs went extinct, and there were little to no resources left. Minecraft is dying as we know it. Multiple players are uninstalling the game because of the pandemic. This will affect Minecraft severely. What you see here is a time-lapse of cities being built and evolving. Players in Minecraft are slowly rebuilding the world after the pandemic. Similar to Build the Earth by Pippins, everybody starts to pitch in little by little. This will change Minecraft as we know of today and be one of the biggest historic events ever. Names of famous builders will go down in history books as new famous statues are built. Leaders will get better and better using knowledge from the virus that just ended. And now I present to you, what if there was a pandemic in Minecraft? And just like that, the world in Minecraft got back to its feet. Before I end the video, I'd like to give a big thanks to all the people who helped me in this video. This was super fun and took a long time to make, so if you enjoyed any part of the video, please subscribe. Leave a comment what your favorite part of the video is, my Discord's in the description, and who knows, maybe I'll do a part 2.